Simlings, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. I'm Nay, I play The Sims. Today's video, we're going back to 2005, Nay. I know my friends who see this, particularly my best friend who I've been friends with for like 16 years, and my brother will know exactly what this build is. They will understand where this is coming from, because 2005, Nay was obsessed with the Ring. I obviously was introduced at that age to the American version, which, okay, like the second one and then the later one, Rings, with Johnny Galecki, no good. But the first one with Naomi Watts was really, really good. And that's what got me into Japanese horror, because then I found I was so obsessed with that reincarnation of the movie that I went looking for the Japanese one. And now I have all of the Japanese versions of The Ring on DVD. They are my pride and joy, my favourite collection. Ring Zero Birthday, which is like the prologue to all the movies. It's what, what sort of created Sadako, how she came into being. The best. So good. One of my favourite movies, in my top 5. Just, if you're into horror movies, particularly if you're into Japanese horror movies, highly recommend that one. It is so good. So good. But what we're building here, essentially for anyone who's not picked up, from what I've been saying, they haven't seen The Ring, or they're not really paying attention, we're building a well. So we're starting here, as you can see. We're building a well, which I was struggling with because I'm going to bring back The Sims 3 here, but it's not as easy to build a basement home in The Sims 4 as it is in The Sims 3. There's a whole lot of sort of mucking around you've got to do to actually get the floors to connect so that you can actually have a hole going down. So I had to do a little bit of looking up to figure this out, but basically to start with, and you can see me mucking around here and making a lot of mistakes, and I left that in for you to show you that I'm not perfect. I'm not going to hide that I don't know what I'm doing half the time, and I'm learning on the go. But what you can see here, basically the best way to start is what I figured out after a while, was to start with the hexagonal bit under the ground. And then what you do is you come with that hexagonal room still selected, come back up to your top floor. So in this case, the ground floor, and delete the ceiling. So you'll see it's highlighted yellow. Just click on the yellow rim and it'll come up with remove ceiling, tick that, and boom, the ceiling's gone. And then you can just start building. Same thing goes for underground. You can't demolish walls and as you would usually, so you can't just control and click over it, and you can't use the sledgehammer. You've got to delete the whole room, so section things off as you go, and then you can delete the rooms as you go, and that will just save you a lot of hassle. But okay, so we've got the well, we've got the ladder going down. I was going to have her, she can teleport up and down the character I've created, which is Sadako. Basically it is Sadako, but I was going to have her teleport up and down, but I know I might change it later and have it back to that, but God, teleporting is slow. It's actually quicker to go up and down the ladder than it is to have them teleport. But you can see, so I'm building her home under here. She's a vampire, so it doesn't need too much. We've got a bathroom, we've got a bedroom of sorts, so she's got a coffin there to sleep in. And she's got a little living room to hang out and do her stuff in, just, and there'll be a few items in there just to, keep her busy while we're not out doing what I've set up for her to do, which is, this is the introduction to my next series. So if you watch this, you've got an idea what's coming up. I'm not going to do any spoilers until that happens. Going to begin recording that. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, this is such a time warp for me. Where did I even get the idea for this? I had an idea for what I wanted to do for a new series, but I was trying to sort of stay away from like traditional thingies. I'll explain it more when that series begins. So in the first episode of that series, I'll explain my train of thought, and then what's happening here will make sense. Both of these videos will tie together, and hopefully you'll understand what I'm talking about. Not that you don't understand, but that I'm explaining myself in a crappy manner, because that's how I talk, because language, right? Adding some decorations here. So I was aiming for like gardening and farm tools, because in the American Ring, the well that they're on, there are a lot of horses involved in that movie. It was basically, so I was trying to go for that kind of sort of farmhouse look. Since why we've got, the shadow boxes with all the farming tools up on the wall there. We've got, the rakes and the shovels there. Then we've just got a knife block on the wall because it just looked creepy, so I just left the knife block there. So, obviously using a lot of the vampiric furniture as an objects here. But I didn't want to go too traditional vampire-y because I love it, it's beautiful, but I'm trying to sort of stay away a little bit from that because everyone's done it and I just don't want to add to a pile of stuff that already exists. Like, why would you watch me do it when you know, there are other simmers out there who've already done it, especially when the vampire trend's not really big anymore. So I think it'll be a very niche group of people who come to watch this. I don't think this will be a series that many people will flood to, because vampires have been done. But, you know, I'm trying to put my own little spin on this. Going back to something that I love. Oh man, I was so obsessed with those movies. I had files and files on rewritable compact discs of like memes and GIFs. This was before memes were even a thing. Memes didn't exist as much back in 2005. I was 15. I was still in high school. But, you know, I had like GIFs and pictures and fan fiction, and I had just like 2 or 3 CD-ROMs filled up with the stuff. They still work. I can actually put them in my computer and still use them, which is really sad. And I've written on them in like, not Sharpie, we didn't quite have Sharpie, but, you know, in permanent marker, where I've got like the Ring 1, the Ring 2. But yeah, there you go. There's a little trip into my psyche there as well for you. But that's essentially the home. That is a well. Started off a little bit rough, but it came to in the end, and I'm pretty happy with it. Hopefully we'll play through. If I end up removing the ladder, I'll let you know. But yeah, there's not much to it really. I'm quite happy with it. I reckon it'll play well when we get the series done. But that's it for this video. A nice little quick one for once to make up for my last 20-minute monster. If you've made it to this part in the video, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I would also appreciate it if you like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. But if not, or if you do, I will see you in my next video. And until then, take care. Laters.